Well, hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're here for the first time, welcome. My name is Karen and I hope you consider staying once you enjoyed the video. But in today's video, we will be talking about quilt trends, or in more detail, quilt colors, or the concept of it and how we embrace them for 2026. Now, I conducted a little bit of research because at the end of the year, we're closing, and I started to consider for myself, well, what do I want to add to my quilting collection for next year? And so I conducted a little research as to what colors are actually being used. Now, to my delight and to my surprise, because I particularly like a charming sort of essence to my quilts. And you may be wondering, well, what do you mean by charming essence? Well, I like it not to be too dominant, too bright. I look for sort of pastel, subtle colors that can blend into my home, and it's unique in the sense that it's one of the originals, or it's the only one that look like that. So for me, it brings in an idea of it being collectible or it being an antique, because I've used these, sort of subtle tones and warm tones to my quilt that I can actually use in a reading nook, or I can sell it to the customer in that particular way. So I was quite delighted when I noticed that a lot of the colors that they were introducing was quite modern, and I love that about the new trend for quilting. Now, what I would say, me personally, I don't tend to always go with bright colors, but there are also some little hint of bright colors, and I will give you examples of them and what they look like. But for now, I'm also going to tell you what's also out, and in terms of the actual quilting itself, or the piecing in this construct, is that a lot of modern new quilters are also entering the space, and they are not into the piecing of very minute pieces, which is what I am all about. I don't tend to like very small pieces of quilting. I really like to do large scale pieces of piecing, and that way I can see the end result very quickly. So in a sense, really, when we look at an older quilter, so to speak, to a modern quilter, so to speak, you can see the differentiation in the produce, in the actual quilts that is produced. You don't necessarily see a young quilter making minute pieces of piecing. You really do not tend to see that. And if you do know a quilter like that, please share it with me. Put their link in the description box down below. I'd love to see what they actually produce. But going on the concept of modern quilters, you do find that they tend to go for large scale piecing. Because at the end of the day, I think the patience with quilting has been lost to the modern quilter, or to the younger quilter. The younger quilter tends to want to see results immediately. Of course, it is in the society construct of where we actually live now. We want to see immediate results rather than the latter. Nobody wants to take 2 months, 3 months to make a quilt anymore. You would find that sort of work essence is more produced in an old age quilter. Another thing that's also out is the fact that using a lot of scraps. You will find that in 2026, modern quilters tend not to be using too many scrap pieces, and if they do, I would feel that they will look for the construct of that warm tone, and I'm going to explain to you what the modern or the new quilting trend colors are. So let's dive into it now. I'm going to give you some visuals of what they look like so you can have a clear idea of what you need to look for when you go into your quilting store. So let's dive into some pictures so that you can have some clear idea. All right, let's get started. Quilting is no longer about these patterns that is heritage. It is about now this sustainable piece of art form and how we can incorporate it into our beautiful homes and bringing in those tones that make it more sustainable to our personal use. So in many concepts, in years ago, as we all know, quilting was a mean to an end to keep us warm and to use fabrics and to make anything just work, because at the end of the day, the opportunity to have the lavishing, beautiful materials was not there. But in today's society, it is completely changed. It is an art form, it's a self-expression, and it's also part of our decor. So it's a sustainable piece of art into our home. And so as we look forward to 2026, we are bringing in this fusion of technology, incorporating how we quilt quickly using technology and making sure it's incorporated in the use in our furniture, in our bedrooms, on the wall as wall hangings, etc. So for example, design influences are from fashion and home decor. And what I mean by that, the influence of the quilts are coming in because of these things. So for example, I know for myself, when I make a quilt, and a few of you has also commented, oh, you have this really charming way of bringing in your quilts into your home, because that's how I see it. When I make a quilt, it's not just a quilt. To me, it's a fashion statement piece because I want to elevate the beauty of it. I think sometimes people tend to see quilt as, oh, it's just a quilt, you know. It's just a quilt that's pieced together by this person and you can chuck it anywhere, or it's just used as a bedding, or it doesn't bring into the art form of the home decor. And so for me, when I read about the current tones that they're using, I was like, yes, this is literally up my sleeve. So let me tell you what the color concept are. So decor styles incorporating the quilts are looking for earthy tones. And if you're wondering what earthy tones are, they are, and I'll give you some examples, so like camels, brown, ivy, walnut. Now, when you think about earthy tones, always consider nature. Look outside and you would see exactly what earthy tones are. You will get that slight incorporation of a light brown, dark brown. You would see terracotta, sort of, you know, light terracotta. You'll see dark, and I'm talking about leaves here. Look at the leaves. Nature gives you all the ideas of what earthy tones are. Soft blue, deep blue, that evergreen sort of sagey color that you would see. Now there's light sage, there's dark sage. As I said, think about nature. Even clay, that light grayish color concept. And that's what we talk about when we're referring to earthy tones. So keep those. And again, we have those tones in our home, but for some reason we are not using them. So I was really excited when I saw that this is one of the concepts that is coming in for the new 2026. And is being influenced by designers. And that's great. I think that's really great that when they look at quilts, handmade quilts, it is not seen as this old time thing. It is now getting very modern, and young modern quilters, which I think is good, is bringing in the concept into our homes. And I think this will keep quilting alive. I don't know if I've ever told you guys, but I remember when I started quilting, I said to my daughter, would you like me to teach you to quilt? And she was like, when I get to your age. In her head, quilting is for old people. So I was really excited to know that younger generations are keeping quilting alive. But let's move on to the next topic that I want to talk to you about. All right, so the next colors that's in for 2026 are soft neutrals, and those examples are like white, vanilla white, light pastels, and I think, again, just think of anything that's very light and shaded. So don't go for really bright colors. They are not so much in anymore. If you are going to use them as accents, which is apparently in also, is to use bold accents. So I'm talking about like dark royal blues, etc. And then just a hint of those to be added into the quilt. Now, what we don't want is to have the whole quilt bright. That is definitely not in for 2026. Of course, it's your quilt. You can do whatever makes you happy. But at the end of the day, if you want your quilt to look trendy, on trend, in fashion, and to be used by everyone, I think sometimes we just need to bear those things in mind, because some people, as I said, has this low value of quilting being something old and is just made out of old cloth. But I think in also to keep others really interested in your craft and to sell it to others. And I don't mean in terms of monetary rewards, I also mean by gifting them. People can see a way of actually incorporating them into their personal life. So to update your quilting repertoire, so to speak, I would say try getting options such as harmonious combinations. So we're talking like charcoal gray with creamy whites. That will go really, really well. Again, going back to those deep tones of royal blue with that vanilla white, with that sort of caramel colors. So all they're basically saying is, rather than have this bright quilt that is staring back at you, and I never liked those in personal opinions, try to scale it down so that it is more welcoming and it creates this smooth transition into the overall layout of the quilt that helps the piecing to show off, to upscale the piecing. I always find sometimes if you are using only bright colors in your quilts, I think sometimes you lose the viewer, the person admiring your quilt, to see the patterns. It's lost because there is no contrast. So what they're basically saying is to pair them with colors that is moody, calming, relaxing, those beautiful walnut tones. And I love those color concepts as well. That vanilla spice color, that chocolate sort of amber color, that burnt amber. Sometimes there are variations of that burnt amber and there's a wide scale, but I tend to like the sort of terracotta burnt amber, and that's so beautiful. And you can incorporate that with a beautiful brass color with some nice walnut tones, or even that vanilla light white, creamy white, so just really incorporate all of them, but keep it balanced and keep it warm. It brings about that charming effect I was speaking at the beginning of the video. Now, you may be wondering, well, Karen, how can I bring these new color trends into my quilting space? Think of your bundles, think of yardage. And if you're not sure about how to blend that color concept in terms of, all the colors I mentioned, look at your color wheel. And as I said before, look at nature to help you. I would advise that you can use your nature color as your base color. And then you can start looking for those soft neutrals to soften the visual appeal of the quilt. So start thinking about your fat quarter bundles. Now, if your fat quarter bundles consist of a lot of earthy tones, so I'm talking about browns, greens, try to get something that is softer so that you can implement it into the quilt. So then look at yardage. Yardage is a good way of softening down the quilt, also again helping to showcase your pattern. No one wants to work on a pattern that is hidden. And I see that in a lot of quilts that I look at. I can't see the pattern because all I'm seeing is bright colors. And remember, those bright neon colors are out. They're no longer being seen as trendy anymore because at the end of the day, they're not incorporated into our home. Now, if you get a request to make a bright neon quilt, don't tell the person no, obviously not, because that's what they want. But if you are making quilts for gifts, you want to make a quilt that they're going to be used. So a good way of thinking about it is, or approaching that idea, is to see what colors they have, in their home, and then use those same colors to help, magnify their home decor. Now, again, fat quarter bundles, yardage, whatever else, layer cake, or my quilt store tend to sell individual fat quarters only. So you can try it out and see, where your strengths are and how you actually choose your colors on your color wheel. Another way is to, if you've got old scraps of those colors, try them out and see how you like working with it. But I think the new trends are here to stay, and I think it's a good way of, as I said, of upscaling our quilting space and upscaling also our quilts. Now, another thing we touched on lightly was the fact of actually the patterns, and I spoke about, how the sort of tiny quilt patterns is not so much in anymore, which I would tend to agree to, not because I actually like those, but based on all of the sort of quilt patterns that I have looked at online, they are based from fat quarters, number one. Number two, they are large scale, rectangular, sort of modern shapes that you see. There's not so much of that, intricate star quilting design that you would see that was, popular years ago. Because we all want to bring in this sort of clean cut into our nature of, decorating with quilts. Let's be honest, we all buy a quilt so it goes on our bed, it can go on the wall, as a throw, and it complements the color concept in our house. So why not cater to that need? Well, I hope that you enjoyed this particular short discussion of color quilting trends for 2026, and any questions, let me know down below. Or have you noticed that before for yourself, before I alerted you to this? Share it me down below what sort of idea of quilts moving forward that you would like to make for yourself. Now, another thing before I go, I've been thinking about adding this on to my channel, and let me know what you think down below. Now, I've always thought, because I get a lot of questions and emails, etc., about using or have a look at my quilt. Am I on the right track? Should I lay it out this way, etc.? So I thought that if you would like, and if you don't mind, as my viewers, and this is something new that I'd like to introduce to the channel, is to send me a picture of your quilt by email, and I will give you a verbal explanation over the phone. And it's not going to be a critique, don't worry about it. It's not going to be negative. It's about moving you forward with your quilting, especially if you are new. So you've made all your blocks, so you're not sure of the colors that you would like to go with before you start. Send me a picture, and I obviously will give you a verbal feedback, a visual feedback on YouTube of how you can move forward. And I would like to make those as individual videos. So if I get like 5, I will do 5 visual feedback before you move forward and how to lay out the quilt. Because I do feel, from my experience of all the emails that I receive, people do have a little bit of problems with that. So if that's something you're into, I will put my email address in the description box down below and on the screen, so that you can send me yours. And do note that I will talk about it, but please don't worry about it. It's not going to be anything negative. This is not about a quilting police. That is about constructive points so that you can move forward in your quilting journey. All right, so share with me down below if you like the idea of that. I will put my details on the screen and in the box, and then we can get forward straight away, starting for the new year. I'm really excited about this idea, as I think it will move everybody forward in the new year with their quilting. Okay, so bye for now. Happy quilting, and let me know your feedback below with the new quilting trend colors and how you're going to approach it. See you in the next one, guys. Bye.